Rông rông rông. Xin chào tất cả mọi người. Hôm nay tôi sẽ chơi nhiệm vụ Wriothesley, nhiệm vụ của ông đấm bốc ở dưới tòa tháp Merpin nhá. Lần trước thì tôi có lỡ bị tôi có lỡ kiểu đang chơi Neverland ấy. Hôm qua ấy, tôi đang chơi Neverland thì tự nhiên lại bị vào cái nhiệm vụ này. Thế là nó bị skip mất một phần đầu nên là có gì tôi, nhưng mà nó chỉ skip đoạn ngắn thôi nên là tôi sẽ miêu tả lại nó đấy như nào nhá. Đây, nó ở chỗ này. Thế tôi đang đi này, thế là tiên nó vào nhiệm vụ. Đấy, xong rồi để tôi miêu tả lại cho mọi người xem nhá. Vào nhiệm vụ này xong rồi có một thằng nó trốn trong đây này, nó bảo là đây, vẫn còn cái gói trong vào gương này. Nó bảo là nó thiếu cái mũ gì đấy của nó, thế nó nhờ mình đi tìm. Đấy, xong rồi nói chuyện một qua một hồi toàn mấy cái thứ kiểu vớ va vẩn thôi, không sao cả, lại gõ thử này.
I'm really sorry to bother you like this. Please, come back soon.
Đây, thằng này. Five Soles. Ok, đấy bây giờ mình phải đi tìm cái mũ của nó là cái gì ấy. Thì tôi nhớ là cái mũ hay sao ấy. Rồi, bắt đầu nhiệm vụ nha mọi người.
Quit following me.
Dâu. Ở dưới. Và có cái chấm than như kiểu nhiệm vụ thế giới này.
Paimon doesn't see anything here. Let's go somewhere else.
Too slow.
Tìm mũ.
Just where is that thing? Oh, this is taking longer than Paimon thought. Nothing in the water either. Paimon thought it might have gotten blown in. Oh, we've looked everywhere and still not seen anything that looks like a hat.
Tôi quên mất là lúc nào chuẩn bị quay video là tôi phải lau kính, không phải tôi quên mất. Phiền mọi người 10 giây. Hãy. Ok. Đành bỏ cuộc thôi, ở đây rộng quá. Hay đi mua cái khác thôi, bỏ cuộc vậy.
That's a good idea. If he's just looking to cover his head, then it shouldn't matter what kind of hat he's wearing. Why don't we check out the rag and bone shop? If memory serves, they got all kinds of stuff in there.
Nói trước nhé, chỉ mua mũ thôi.
How did you know what Paimon was thinking? Oh, this is bad. Nothing gets past you nowadays. Well, either way, let's go check it out first.
Mình giàu mà, mình có mỗi 600.000 mora thôi.
Following me.
Tiệm sương mục là chỗ nào nhỉ? Đây à?
Search for it.
Hello ra.
Paimon doesn't remember you being the boss.
I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the shop. Now just wait a sec. A blonde foreigner dressed all in white, accompanied by a glaze-covered flying chunk of gingerbread. Well, you must be the legendary traveler and their companion Paimon.
No. Well, you're half right. Paimon's the traveler's treasured companion, sure, but she's not some flying chunk of gingerbread.
Sorry, I never thought I'd get the chance to see you with my own eyes, so got a bit ahead of myself. I hope you'll find it in your magnanimous hearts to forgive my discourtesy. I'm just a nobody, after all.
There's no need to put yourself down like that. Paimon's just venting.
Why, your heroic actions at Araneus have long made their way to the fortress of Meripede. We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made your way down here, you know. You were the envy of all.
Câu chuyện đấy chúng tôi có mục đích cả.
And you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course, everyone wants to be introduced to you.
Cứ tưởng là do sức hút.
Well, I figure you'd appreciate honesty over flattery. After all, I also only joined up here because I'd heard Mr. Alvar was a good friend of the Duke. And though I've only caught scant sight of His Grace since then, as fate would have it, I've become fast friends with Mr. Alvar himself. I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to force something to be true, it's often better to just go with the flow.
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up to us.
Well, I did mean it when I called you legends, and it is indeed an honor to meet the two of you. Oh, enough of that. Is there something you're looking for?
Cần mũ
No
năm rồi.
problem. Anything else?
Không cần gì. Đừng mua gì hết. Đã nghèo rồi chứ.
Feel free to check out anything you want. The credit coupon costs are on me.
Giờ cần
Wait, but that's, you don't have to be so nice.
Well, it's not like I'm getting paid to watch this shop. Instead of more coupons, Mr. Alvar usually lets me just take my pick of our goods. Life's been pretty good recently, so I might as well just waive your bill. Never hurts to make some friends.
Well, if you say so.
All right, Paimon will take a look.
Cho hai món vào.
Are you sure you don't want more? These opportunities don't come by every day, you know.
It's all right, two will do.
Hai món cũng có lúc không thèm tranh thủ cả.
It just doesn't feel the same if the owner's offering everything to you for free. But anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. We can discuss Paimonology later. That poor guy must still be waiting for us. Thank you so much. We'll be off then.
No problem, and thank you for your patronage. I'd appreciate it if you could put in a nice word for our establishment the next time you speak to His Grace.
That's a real sneaky way of getting good reviews.
Cũng có mất gì đâu.
We've been gone a while. Paimon hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air.
Có nói gì nữa không? Để nói chuyện lại nốt này nè.
Please come again, and don't forget to mention us to Your Grace.
Ok, đánh giá 5 sao. Hiểu rồi. Bây giờ đưa lại cái mũ cho cái thằng trần chuồng kia đúng không? Này, bối cảnh gì này không biết. À, phải được chuyển lên chứ nhở? Quỹ vụ thế giới này liên quan gì chúng ta? Thôi để sau vậy. Bên này mọc thêm cái vụ thế giới mà không thấy bao giờ này. Đây.
You can come out now. We found your hat.
You did? Oh, Archon, you just saved my life. Just one sec.
Hả? Sao?
Wait, so you're not actually bald? You've got such a full head of hair, too.
I mean, I told you that there had been a misunderstanding. This has nothing to do with my hair.
Mày lừa tao.
Wait, this isn't my hat.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but no dice.
Ah, I see. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful, but unfortunately, there's just something special about my hat.
Kiếm cho mũ rồi để còn đòi
Does
hỏi.
it have some kind of sentimental value?
But, sorry, I can't explain at the moment. Time's tight as well, so I suppose I'll keep looking for a while.
If you're looking for a hat,
Whoa.
I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
Your Grace!
Xài, được ngày công tước tìm hẳn mũ cho.
It's been a while.
Rồi thằng kia đi luôn.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, it's still good to get some air. I'll say I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the Adventurers Guild to open a branch here. As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society. Best you
Đội
avoid
mũ nồi.
misplacing it again,
Vâng, đội mũ nồi.
You might not have the same luck next time.
Understood. Thank you so much, Your Grace. Then I'll be off. I'll get going now.
Ok.
What a strange guy. Why did he care so much about his hat? Oh, and has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners to freak out when I show up unannounced.
Huh? Shy? There are prisoners who are afraid to talk to people?
Prisoners are still people, after all. There are as many crimes and motives as there are stars in the sky. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. Such labels could never capture the complexity of even a single individual person. What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime. We'd never know these things if they don't share their story with us.
Nope.
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway, it's all good as long as it makes sense to you.
Hội mũ nồi là gì?
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawls into mass ones, the Beret Society does appear to be an exception, and it's instead trying to experiment with some novel and interesting things. If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the coupon cafeteria? It'll give us time to catch up too.
Okay.
And if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you to their usual gathering place as well.
Paimon's not the biggest fan of that cafeteria, but if we're gonna catch up...
Ok, đi thôi. Nhưng mà đợi mọi người ạ. Tôi đéo hiểu sao tôi ngồi cái ghế này nhá. Xong rồi cứ ngồi một lúc tôi kéo. Mọi người xem video tôi cũng lâu rồi đúng không? Thì tôi kéo cái này lên thì cái áo đỡ bị tụt xuống nữa. Nhưng mà cứ ngồi một lúc. Đấy hiểu sao cái áo nó cứ tụt này. Mẹ khoe hết tất cả mẹ ngực các thể loại. Thế là tôi cứ như này thôi. Thế là mọi người nếu mà có thấy kiểu nó hơi bị ngứa mắt thì thông cảm tôi nhé. Tôi cố hết sức rồi. Tôi cứ kéo này này. Đấy, xong rồi nó cứ như này. Đấy, sau nó sẽ như này. Đấy, thế là mọi người có gì thông cảm với tôi với nhá. Tôi cũng ghét cái kẹp ấy cứt ra. Nhưng mà tôi chả cách nào khác cả. Chắc tôi phải lấy kẹp. Cái kẹp để kẹp vào đây cho nó trông nó đỡ bị khó chịu. Rồi, tiếp tục nào.
Alright then, please follow me.
Đang tập trung tự nhiên kéo tụt bực thật. Đến nhà ăn đặc cách.
Quit following. Behold!
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today's welfare meal? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we didn't prepare any super deluxe welfare meals today.
I'll pass on the food then. What about you?
Không có suất cơm siêu cấp thì thôi. Thì thôi tôi nói tôi không đói vậy.
Paimon will also pass. Paimon will save her stomach for something better.
Bật này.
What a pity. It would seem that none of us can properly appreciate your skills, Walsey.
Then, I must beg Your Grace to find me some more ingredients, so I can come up with some more welfare meal recipes.
Okay.
If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks. We just got some great shipments in from above.
Fanta.
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon didn't know you could get non-welfare stuff at this place.
It's not for everyone. Think of it as a special treat for VIPs.
À, chất thế nhỉ?
Oh, now that's what Paimon likes to hear. In that case, 2 bottles of the drink for Paimon, please.
2 bottles coming right up.
Fanta chắc.
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after, so there was no time for more casual chit-chat. I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot about your deeds in Fontaine, but I'd love to hear it straight from the source.
Whoa. That'd be quite the long story.
Chúng tôi luôn thành hiệp trượng nghĩa mà. Tôi đang từng bước tìm hiểu đất nước này. Liên quan gì đến tôi? Tôi đang từng bước tìm hiểu đất nước này đi. Bởi vì mình đang tìm em gái mình mà.
I see. Certainly that'd fit your title as the Traveler. Seeing everything for yourself, recording everything to the best of your ability, and making lots of friends along the way.
Ây, nhầm.
Paimon gets the sense that
sorry, mọi
you're
người.
trying to flatter us. That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right? Why would you need to get on our good side?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration?
Nói thật thì có đôi chút vì các bạn ấy không bền chắc nói chuyện của mình. Nói thật thì có đôi chút đi.
So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a story to offer about myself. I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings. Power and control come in many forms, some fair and ethical, others less so. And since we're all sinners here, the victor calls the shots, no matter how they manage to get to the top.
Tôi không biết tại sao Wriothesley lại bị xuống vì tội gì nhỉ?
So, what do you think? Didn't put you much more at ease, now did it?
Kinda. You're really different from most of the people we've met so far.
I'm perfectly aware of that too. But even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
Tôi cũng có ý như vậy đi. Cảm ơn sự tiếp đãi của anh. Nhưng thôi, giữ mối quan hệ đi
Your
vậy.
Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the latest shipment of cargo. They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while. We're trying to trace the goods to their source.
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately if you make any progress. You're dismissed.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about contraband. Are they like dangerous good?
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. So we have to examine everything carefully. Now, what do we have here? It's more or less what I expected.
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn, balls, ropes, mechanical parts, and even a gem. Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does that mean all of this belongs to you now?
Yep. We can't just send them back up now, can we?
What? But that's just insane profit! Rattler, why don't you become a duke as well?
Danh hiệu công tước sẽ thuộc về tôi à?
It's only been a couple minutes since we agreed to continue friendly relations with each other, and you're already planning to overthrow me? Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from it. Consider it a gift from me.
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No take-backs. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
Good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
Alright, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants this one. This dark, sparkly gem. You just know it must be worth a ton of Mora.
Thôi sao? Có chuyện gì rồi?
Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead? There's something weird about this gem. Paimon remembered a lot of bad things when she picked it up. Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of Paimon's brain. It was super spooky.
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks. Are you sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun. Fair enough. Go ahead. I don't think it'll have a permanent effect.
Tôi biết ngay mà. Biết ngay mà.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something,
Ôi.
right?
Ôi tôi giật cả mình khi mà tôi nhìn lại tất cả cái ký ức đấy. Mình từng chơi rồi ấy. Biết ngay là sẽ liên quan đến
I'll take
Lumin mà.
this gem then and run a thorough investigation on its properties. Paimon, feel free to pick something else.
Then, actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon was thinking about one of the snacks, but who knows if it'll also make Paimon sick.
Ở đây, Paimon Sick thì lại dịch theo kiểu nhưng bây giờ không có hướng để ăn nữa rồi. Nó lại sai luôn cái ý nghĩa. Thôi kệ đi. Cẩn thận là đúng.
You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the entire box and all of its contents. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place, then. I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Ok.
Wait, are you this free every day or something?
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met, either.
Ok, đi ở đâu nhỉ? Hội mũ nổi đáng tự hào. Ôi, chưa đọc xong.
We
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society have been waiting for your arrival. Are these your two guests?
Mm-hmm. Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, this is Dugier, the head of the Beret Society. This is their gathering place. Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books and other resources. Every once in a while, the Society will also host activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
Mẹ trong tù mà sao nhiều hoạt động thú vị thế?
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organization in the same way as you would in the world above.
Đây nó không gọi là nhà tù, mà đây nó gọi là một thành phố khác thôi. Mọi thứ đều có hết đấy.
It's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after all. But that's when the thought came to me. If we could help everyone turn over a new leaf, they would no longer have to lead such gloomy existences. Thus, it was with your help that I founded the Beret Society.
Oh, so you were also involved with this, Wriothesley?
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure and rubber stamp the application. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, this is just another place where they can eat, breathe, and sleep. But the Society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
Đọc sách, event, các thể loại. Nhiều thứ có thể thay đổi.
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Everyone can focus on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons. Same for the things you can see here.
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Mirapede? Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hats?
There's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some kind of visible identifier. If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride for them as well.
Gọi là signature. Signature.
And when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing everyone's hats. Optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for a new life. I hope this hat will show everyone everything we have been working towards.
Này, có cách nào để tắt được cái scene vào thế giới kia không? Để khi mà tôi làm nhiệm vụ ấy là không có ai nhỡ có ai đó chat hay là nhỡ có ai đó vào đây nó đỡ bị gọi là vướng víu với cả mất tập trung không? Nếu mà ai biết tắt cái đấy thì chỉ tôi nhé, tôi chưa tìm thấy.
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a model citizen, which also helps them recruit new members.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. Let's take a little old seat over here. There's no need for us to stand. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please, wait here just one moment. You'll feel free to look around, too, if you want to learn more about us.
Anh có hẹn trước với họ rồi à?
Oh, right. What happened to your slow day, Wriothesley?
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that in mind the next time I need to do something low-key.
Sao không muốn làm chuyện gì xấu phải cẩn thận mới được.
Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take long. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be better if you took a look around for yourself.
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question at all? Well, we're already here, aren't we? Yeah, they're supposed to be like the model prisoners, right? So this is what their spot looks like.
Nào, obsolete.
Welcome to our gathering place. Is there anything you'd like me to explain to you?
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Nghe giọng vừa dẫn viên Melozin thật. Thôi.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our latest members. I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of it, but allow me to fill you in some more. Besides this space, which our members use to rest and relax, we also have an entertainment room, a fitness room, and a self-study room.
Vãi cứt, cái này thì còn gì, cái này đâu phải là nhà tù, đây là vãi chưởng.
These
Gì
rooms
có.
are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their free time to the fullest.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant too? If you did, you also wouldn't have to eat at the big cafeteria anymore.
Unfortunately, we don't. For matters like that, we still have to rely on His grace. We started a collaboration with the cafeteria a while back, though, so they'll let us borrow their kitchen to do some simple
Yeah.
À, nhầm.
Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to live your life if you had all this support.
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Duget founded the society. We all think we made the correct choice to join him.
Nào, nói chuyện với cả thành viên hội Rix.
Hey, you there!
Rigas.
Newbie.
Rigas.
Hello? Are you talking to Paimon?
Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like this? Ha!
Làm gì vậy?
That's how I pump myself up every day. A lot of my friends have found it super useful too.
Okay.
With one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day with all the optimism in the world. Why don't you also give it a try, huh? I promise that it'll work.
Đảm bảo có tác dụng.
Paimon's gonna pass.
Feeling shy? That's alright. As long as you remember this trick, it'll come in handy one day. Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all out if you find yourself at your wit's end.
Ok. Ok, tôi sẽ cố gắng hét to hơn hàng ngày để tôi loại bỏ tất cả những suy nghĩ tiêu cực của tôi để đón một ngày mới. Quan sát kệ sách. Ai nhầm? Ok.
Hey, what are you doing over here?
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not? I'm organizing the bookshelves. Want to take a look? We've got some classics, as well as a few books that the members publish themselves. Yeah, most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time in the organization. Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor.
Ôi.
Some became real good at calligraphy. And even I've learned to use a camera.
Đấy, nếu mà kiểu trong tù mà có cuốn sách như này chắc là đọc giết thời gian vãi chưởng, lại còn học vào những thứ mới. Đấy, đây không phải là tù, đây là thế giới mới rồi.
We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground, none of us would have ever had the time to learn any of those skills.
Ah, it's because you all have a lot more free time now.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things. Before we came here, we were constantly exhausted just trying to live.
Cũng đúng. Nhiều lúc không muốn thử những cái mới. Kiểu bị một là bị sợ hãi, không dám thử những cái mới, hoặc là bị quá bận rộn như thế nào đấy, có nghĩa là sống cho bản thân thôi đã thấy mệt lắm rồi, thử những cái mới nó còn mệt hơn. Cũng hợp lý. Hợp lý.
With how the
Logic.
Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives
Cuộc
down
sống
here,
thật
though,
luôn, đéo phải logic nữa.
all we need to do is think about the things that we want to do. You never know what you may be good at until you give it a try.
Chuẩn.
And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no need to conform to societal expectations when you're already in jail.
So this is something like a safe space.
Yeah, that's exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fighting, or have the physical strength to do hard labor. The society is exactly what some of us need. And that's it. I just finished organizing this shelf as well, so feel free to check it out if you want. Just remember to put the books back after you're done.
Don't worry, we will.
Ủa, không biết cái này có thể xảy ra trong tương lai được không?
Alright, you've talked to everybody. It sure sounds like they're all pretty happy. That would explain why Wriothesley only had good things to say about this place. Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up their conversation as well. Let's go over to them.
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those matters right away.
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place?
Quá tốt.
Now,
10 điểm.
note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier and the society as a whole.
Wait, I didn't know they were also a part of the evaluation process. It's all right with me, though. I'm pretty confident about our growth and activities.
Paimon thinks it's pretty good. Don't think anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
Tôi cũng nghĩ như vậy.
So it seems that you were able to get a sense of our vision and values. That's all I can ask for, really.
The prisoners here all have very different personalities and psychological needs. Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged, causing pain and conflict. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for far nobler pursuits.
Kiểu có những cái thứ mà trong game nói cũng khá là đúng đấy. Gọi là đúng phết đấy chứ, kiểu nó không phải là kiểu hư cấu trong game mà có khi nó áp dụng vào đời thật nó cũng đúng phết đấy. Kiểu nhiều lúc đọc lại thấy nhột.
Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the first step on the path to redemption.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the society, I had met too many people who could not come to terms with themselves.
Bây giờ kiểu game giờ thành dần dần nó thành những cái nội dung gọi là liên quan đến cuộc sống ngoài đời thật luôn rồi. Thật là thích.
And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
Tại vì kiểu như thế thì nó sẽ đồng cảm giác, đồng quan điểm hoặc là đồng cái hoàn cảnh để mọi người chơi nó roleplay hơn, kiểu nó hợp lý hơn, nó hay hơn. Được.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some people in the fortress. For others, though, they would just be useless distractions.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace sometimes fights in the ring.
What? You fight in the ring too? Wearing those high-tech boxing gloves of yours?
Oh, I almost never need them.
Không cần đến chúng. Quánh tay không luôn. À đây, lại ông này. Sao ấy nhỉ?
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat? Did you come here to relax too?
À, cái gì đấy? What?
What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
What?
Are you feeling all right? You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but I've got to go.
Hôm nay có vấn đề gì với cả hội mũ nồi này vậy?
He's still as weird as before. Paimon's kind of used to it by now, though.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as I recall, he's always been a little strange, but I'll check up on him later. After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one falls through the cracks.
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got sidetracked?
Cho tiêu khiển với gì đó đôi cay găng cứng.
Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will use everything in their power to win. And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Oh, shit!
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities. It won't affect me as long as I don't let it come into contact with my skin.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for His Grace, would you?
Ai đừng cầm.
Yes, right away.
Cầm phát là thôi xong này, loại này.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it hasn't been damaged. Your Grace, please let me know if there's something wrong with it now.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever seen a gem like this?
Never, Your Grace. Don't think I've ever been rich enough to afford this kind of a thing.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day. The Traveler also has some other plans, after all.
Got it, Your Grace. Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit. traveler. Paimon, it was an honor. I'm sure everyone would love it if you were to visit again. And that goes for you as well, Your Grace. We wish you all the best in your endeavors.
And same to you.
Mọi người có vẻ ông kia có liên quan gì đến cái này không nhỉ?
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. Why did you lie to him?
Well, what's your opinion of the society now that you've taken a look around their headquarters?
Paimon thinks it's pretty chill. Aren't you complimenting them the entire time as well? Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said, but wasn't it something along the lines of encouraging people to embrace their new lives with optimism? There's only one potential problem. If the society does too good a job managing and rehabilitating its members, you may be soon out of a job.
That is certainly a possibility. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating prisoners in my stead. I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish, and also get a sense of Dugier's plans for the future. I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but then I noticed some faint hints of dissonance.
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too.
Bầu không khí có chút khác lạ.
As expected, you also picked up on it. The whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you later. I can tell you right now, though, that this was an unexpected turn of events. I had hoped to take care of it in secret, but now a confrontation may no longer be avoidable. It's hard to predict what might happen next.
Trời ơi, cái nhóm đấy đang cảm thấy tốt mà, chẳng lẽ có chuyện gì xảy ra nữa?
You completely lost Paimon.
Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier should already have left. And with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different reception from the members.
Can't you just tell us exactly what to expect?
I'm just following the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate, obtain evidence, and then use the truth to render judgment. It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it.
Đầu tiên lần này đấy, dù gì thì anh đang đùa.
I'll explain everything to you later, but right now we need to seize this opportunity. Find out what you can from them now while they're all in one place. We might not get another chance like this anytime soon.
Then what are you gonna do?
Good question. What should I do? Maybe I'll drop by the ring and sign myself up for a fight.
Rảnh thật đấy. Thôi được rồi.
Wait, so you're really just gonna make us work while you slack off?
Tôi vừa nói xong, rảnh thật đấy. Ok, đâu? Hội mũ đâu?
The wind rises.
Hội mũ nồi à, đúng không?
It's just as Wriothesley said. Seems like Dugier is no longer here. You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? So let's see if we can feel something out. Paimon will do her best to help.
Tôi không chắc, thử nói vu vơ xem sao.
Wait, you guys are...
We're really sorry. We just realized that we lost something, and we figured we might have left it here by accident.
Oh, okay.
Có ai thấy cái chai thủy tinh không? Sao thế nhỉ?
Nobody? It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. It's not like we lost a whole bag of more or anything. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it. We're not going to tell Wriothesley anything, don't worry.
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have to know?
Sao thế nhỉ?
We can look around for it, yeah?
Sao?
Hey.
What's wrong?
Hello?
Hello? How can I help you? The Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members, and, I mean, you've already heard my spiel. I don't know anything beyond what I've already told you.
You don't know anything?
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just... there's nothing more I can tell you.
Hey, big guy.
Thằng con.
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath and let it all out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner. I ate something earlier, so I'm falling into a bit of a food coma, and, I mean, not everyone can be super upbeat all the time, right? You're looking for something, you said? I didn't see it, but, it should be somewhere nearby.
Sao thế nhở? Vấn đề gì nhở?
Are you still organizing the bookshelves?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but you can't check out the books right now.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you super friendly just a moment ago?
Sorry.
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Ông vẫn đây à? Tưởng đi điên bốc rồi.
Oh, you're back. How were things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
That would prove my suspicions.
À,
The
quên mất không
dissonance
chỉnh
I
này nữa.
mentioned earlier was
Okay.
precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place. Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since we first met?
And that's precisely why I took his hat.
Oh, so the one who started it all was... It was you all along!
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really going on. I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states. Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't know. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the whole society into custody? Aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want in this place.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down here. And I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep. Paimon's not sure she got all of it.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain expectations of justice and order.
Chuẩn.
And that's why even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without irrefutable evidence.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his society, and even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just a show.
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people you've ever seen. And that won't turn out well in the long run. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
Fish? Bite?
Let's give them some time. My guards will need it to finish their investigation, too. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Hey, don't just leave before you've explained everything to Paimon! Hey!
Chờ đến tối 6 giờ tối đến 24 giờ. Đây, tầm 6 giờ 45 đi. 7 giờ kém.
It's finally evening. Wriothesley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to.
Nghe có vẻ khá mệt nhỉ. Đợi đến 6 giờ tối chả làm vẹo gì.
Quit following me.
Ok. Công tước ơi.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go over any sticking points. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even you won't be able to do anything about it?
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them.
Chỉ vì họ nghĩ anh là đồng bọn của đứa kia.
Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side. So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present.
Đấy, lại có người xin vào. Không sao.
There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense. Wait, does that mean it was all Paimon's fault?
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that we were the ones who found it. That likely set his internal alarms off all at once.
Thứ Đức ẩn giấu dưới chiếc mũ.
Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain the fear. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
So you did that on purpose?
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble. Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation.
Cái hòn đá đấy liên quan gì đến đội mũ nồi nhỉ?
And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
You used us as a part of your plan too!
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see a few things for yourselves. But I can assure you that I've now told you everything there is to know. Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me figure out the true secret behind the society. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
But Paimon's still mad at you!
Căng lắm thì giúp anh đánh đấm một trận, cùng lắm là cái sách gì thôi.
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is the secret of the hats. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item itself. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Đâu? Ôi giời. Chill bây giờ. Ok.
me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure. These two are the guests that came with you to our gathering place, correct? Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's in great danger right now.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top. What happened at the Society?
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think I should start from when you saw Fasol last.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, please, just let me show it to you. Every secret may be found within...
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry.
Vào phòng mà không thèm gõ cửa. Thằng này láo.
Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see, Avisa's mental state has been rather unstable ever since she arrived at the fortress. She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her babbling as random gibberish.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed all the rules of etiquette to the letter. So please, forgive my discourtesy.
Like we'd believe you.
Kiểu người nhưng người đã gặp nhiều rồi còn dám ở đây có nhiều hơn.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor sick girl, but I know His Grace to be a reasonable man.
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasol. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing his hat, really. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back to our place, so there's no need to worry.
I'm sorry, Your Grace.
Okay.
I don't have anything more to say.
Okay, sao lại phải sợ?
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Mình nói lên. Nói đi. Đừng để thằng kia gây...
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else she would like to say. Pressuring her will not get you anywhere.
It's all right, Avise. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified of. No matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you.
Your Grace, forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut. I've already said everything I could say about the matter.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't have anything more to say. Please, don't press me further.
But why?
In that case, Avise and I will be off. Once again, please accept my apologies for disturbing your peaceful evening, Your Grace.
Miss Avise, please show me your head. That is an order. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but please believe me when I say you've merely let your worries get to your head. The Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards at the fortress. We've spent all of our time working hard and trying to lead better lives. Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? What's wrong with the current state of affairs? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word. Why are you so intent on getting rid of someone who's been unfalteringly loyal?
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the Fortress of Meripede. But your grace is welcome to visit us any time to confirm the true intent of our activities. All right, Avis. Let's head back.
Trời ơi.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes Paimon really, really mad. We should have shown him his place.
Có cái gì mà không sợ đến mức mà không nói được cho về cả cái công tước nhỉ?
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance.
Sớm, con người sớm hay muộn cũng phải trả giá sự kiêu căng của mình. Chuẩn, nói câu rất chuẩn.
He must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. All the more reason for us to be patient. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody. And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me. The true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor on the members' heads. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon either. What are they trying to hide?
Rồi, phán nào. Mũ của hội mũ nồi.
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret, but there's nothing wrong with the hats themselves. But if there's nothing on her head, why did Avis feel the need to remove her hat? From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to find any evidence.
Đầu của Avai và thái độ của Dugier.
I can't seem to make a connection here.
Kẹp tóc rớt lại.
I have an idea, but...
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
Alice cởi mũ không phải để lộ ra phần đầu mà là để tháo kẹp tóc xuống.
You mean this thing?
Dạ, tôi có để ý đến cái này nhưng tôi lại không nhớ.
So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing.
Được á, thông minh á.
That would mean that Avis didn't stay silent out of fear. She stayed silent because she'd already given us what we needed. Let me take a look.
Đỉnh, quá đỉnh.
I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical. It's hollow on the inside, and looks something like a cross between a nail and a thorn.
Không có gì hết. Có kim.
Paimon's lost again.
Let's see. What if we do this?
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark liquid is leaking out of the gem.
What?
And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
Bên trong viên đá là chất lỏng.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution of fear.
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant things.
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain.
Có lẽ là nội dung. Oh, man.
The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever experienced in your life.
Bảo sao mọi người đều... Ôi. Ôi mẹ thằng chó kia mày phải chết con ạ.
Agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair. No wonder they're all so terrified of it.
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
That might not even be all. Let's go get them right away. We can't let Dugier escape with all of the evidence.
Ôi thằng... Tao sẽ lấy kim này tao chọc vào đầu mày thằng chó à. Eo ơi cái thằng này. Mẹ mày chứ. Sao mình không thể oánh nó chết luôn được nhờ. Mẹ mới đầu tao tin cái tổ chức này của mày thế mà. Công tước đấm nó một trận đi công tước.
Too slow.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly arrived.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all along?
I had them stay here to keep an eye on things, so I'm glad that my intuition turned out to be correct.
Thế Wriothesley tính được khá chuyện xa vãi lì rồi nhờ, mình không để ý tới.
Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all the members to me.
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Con mẹ thằng kia.
Paimon glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people must have had to endure an unimaginable amount of pain. Let's go check out the other areas too.
Mục đích của cái thằng kia là gì ta? Nó làm thế để làm gì? Để nó tạo ra một...
Hey, come here. Have a look at this.
Đâu?
This is a book that Paimon found in a box next to the bookshelf. Its contents are exactly the same as this book on the shelf. The colors of the covers are completely different though, and the names of the authors also don't match up. Yeah, and they dared to claim that they wrote these too. Huh.
Tất cả mọi thứ đều là... gọi là gì? Gọi là gì nhỉ? Prop.
Look at what I found.
Tất cả chỉ là prop.
This is a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering place. So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes on the members. Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instructions or any kind of script to follow. And if any action you take may be deemed a mistake, and perhaps it's better to do less. Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
Mọi người. Thuần hóa họ thành công, con mẹ thằng này. Cho thằng này lên sân đấu để ngài công tước đấm nó vỡ mồm đi. Và đồng thời cũng chọc đống kim kia ở đầu nữa.
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any Society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear are fake. The lime scale, the layers of dust. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. Their neighbors all say that they haven't returned home for ages.
Oh.
They're gone? That could only mean...
Hội muốn nổi đã được ngụy tạo một cách rất công phu, căn cứ thực sự của hoạt động.
Indeed. As long as he allowed Society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dugier knew that he couldn't stop all of his members from speaking out. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistleblower sounds the alarm. So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance. The rest areas, the fancy equipment, even the members that we saw. They were and only the most docile and well-trained members were selected as his performers.
But then, where can we actually find him?
Let me think. Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard has never alerted me to anything of the sort... He must be in Dugier's pocket.
Mua chuộc quản lý. Vậy thì cứ đi bật khả năng thứ.
I'm of the same mind. Let's go. You two, follow me.
Và mua chuộc quản lý luôn rồi. Quản lý cái cục cứt gì vậy? Rồi mình đi đâu ta? Thang máy đúng không? Chúng ta lại phải thay quản lý rồi.
Quit following me.
Ở cái thang máy này hơi sâu nên là chúng ta sẽ đứng lên đợi. Ok, đến nơi rồi. Let's go. Đến khu sản xuất. Ấy, gần đấy.
That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught wind of Dugier's declaration of war against me. And this, let's keep heading down. There are some abandoned areas in there. Since he needs space, I'd guess Dugier probably converted them into his headquarters.
Tôi háo hức quá này, tôi hình quả ấn nhầm, mọi người thông cảm tôi nhá. Tôi đang cố gắng làm cho nó thành một bộ phim ấy. Nhưng mà tôi cần phải luyện tập nhiều hơn.
We should be on the right track. Now we just need to find that turncoat. Let's go. We can take this path. You guys take the other.
Đâu, thằng chó đâu. Kiếm nó. Sao thế?
After them.
It's Wriothesley. Run!
Mày chạy thế nào được bố mày? Chạy thế nào được chạy?
Did Dugier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Come on, it's time to talk. Can't you see that he's trying to help?
I will take your cooperation into consideration when it comes time to hand out sentences.
But Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy to expose our true location. We were just about to dispose of him when you caught up to us.
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen and passed through a large drainage pipe.
Guards, take them away. Let's go. It's about time that we find out what Dugier's really after.
Mày sẽ bị ăn đấm con ạ. Vì sự điên khùng của mày. Ấn nhầm. Có kiếm một vũ khí ở đây có thể đánh nó cho vỡ mồm. Mày sẽ bị Neverlet đưa ra xét xử. Ô, tôi chưa bao giờ đi ra chỗ này à? Đây rồi. Mình sẽ được chơi thử công tước. Tôi đoán là như vậy. Mình sẽ được chơi thử công tước. Chuẩn luôn.
There's so much space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned due to a lack of funds. There are usually guards on patrol here. It would seem that all of those guards have been bought as well.
Ui, thế thì cái hệ thống gọi là hệ thống lính, hệ thống quản lý phải làm lại hết nhỉ? Toàn những bọn bị mua chuộc này.
Stay sharp. He's got a ton of surprises waiting for us, I'm sure.
Nhiều thứ ghê gớm à? Nghe có vẻ khiếp nhỉ? Mày ở đâu? Where are you? À, mày đây rồi. Là những bọn đấy.
Go easy on me.
Mày. Lên cái giáp đã. Láo này.
A moment, please.
Láo này. Láo này. Các bọn này. Láo này. Láo này. Láo này. 40 cân tất. Ở kìa cho tôi ăn dương đã.
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow the guards and leave this place.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Dugier really prepared for everything.
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that had mysteriously gone missing. Seems like he's prepared for an all-out confrontation with me.
Hey, what's this?
Seems like some kind of handbook. Let me see. Ah, this should be the Society's real rules book. It lists all the rules that they're expected to follow. Members are not permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal permission. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member's wrongdoings. Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water. I see.
But that's just cruel and unreasonable.
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain to those around them. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however, and so resentment builds until every prisoner has become an island.
Đúng rồi. Tại sao mọi người không nói chuyện nhau là như thế?
Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as Dugier's slaves. Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that black gem. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative experience.
Sao cái cảm xúc chị mới nó đưa ra Paimon.
Isn't the best example you could come up with? Anyway, Paimon still thinks she made the right decision. It never hurts to be careful.
No, your decision was valid. However, it's also valid to interpret that as a decision that you only made under emotional duress. The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. We convince ourselves that we're in control, but in truth, a single wave could sweep us off course and send us crashing into the path of a storm. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime.
Mày thì chết. Tiếp nào. Từ từ xem nốt xem còn gì không. À đây rồi. Ủa. Ôi mẹ ơi, cái thằng này là quái vật rồi. Thằng này quái vật rồi. Ăn dương hiếm đã. À dương siêu cấp. À dương cao cấp nhầm. Tôi tham quá mọi người. Xin lỗi. Kia sẽ phải chết. Oh my god. Giải đố à?
If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place, but the door's been locked. Rather than confront Dugier, I think it's more important right now for us to rescue as many society members as possible. You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spots.
Giải đố. À, đây sở trường của tôi rồi.
Would we have to do something to this mechanism here?
Đây công việc của mình rồi đấy.
Paimon doesn't get it at all. Forget it. Paimon's just gonna do some trial and error.
Đây mà là công việc chính của mình này. À xem nào. Xoay cơ quan truyền ánh sáng, kích hoạt thiết bị màu đỏ trên tường để khởi động. Xoay thiết bị.
Oh, it's turning.
chiếu trên bên kia này.
The other side.
À,
Let's go.
rồi, hiểu rồi, có một cái để chiếu thôi. Ok. Và đánh nhau từng chỗ một để mở được ra cái cuối cùng đúng không? Ok luôn. Đường này. Ui, đường dưới à? Trên này có gì không? Không, có vẻ là không treo rồi. Xem ra phải đánh nhau khá nhiều đấy. Thì đi chun này. Mày bọn muỗi. Rồi, đường này không có gì đúng không? Đi đường kia. Bọn muỗi.
Squall and Fury. Know your place.
Ok, tôi chơi ngài công tước cho nó giống cốt truyện nhá. Ê à. Mày. Mày.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Stay cool. Face it. A moment, please.
Láo cái thằng bố mày. Ủa? Không. Cái thói quen đập thùng luôn mọi người. Đi tiếp đây. Rồi, một cơ quan khác. Lại giải đố. Và ta sẽ phải xoay cái này sang bên kia để mở cái cổng tiếp theo đúng không?
It's so high. We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before.
Looks like there's a mechanism that's gotten stuck. It won't turn alongside the others. Is there something we can do?
Đấm nó. Ui giời. Cứ tưởng cái gì. Như này này. Xong rồi như nào? À, cái này để giữ nguyên. Ồ, rồi. Thế đây, tôi hiểu rồi. Thế thì từ từ nhá. Cái đang cùng chỗ đúng không? Chiếu này là đúng không? Bây giờ nhá, tôi sẽ giữ nguyên thằng này. Đấy, xong rồi tôi xoay mỗi thằng này thôi. Ok. Hơi mất thời gian tí nhưng mà ok, tôi hiểu rồi. Ok.
Ooh, the water level's gone way up. So that's how we'll make it to the top.
Lên. Ôi, cẩn thận cục đầu mấy cái này nhá. Đâu rồi? Đây đúng không? Đánh nhau tiếp.
Gather. Let's begin.
Mày. Uppercut. Đỡ đéo.
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dugier's probably moved them elsewhere already.
Ui, trông có vẻ...
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind, though. Every person counts.
Trông có vẻ kiểu tàn nhẫn vãi lìn đi. Mày chết. Thôn lăng. Không sao đâu, cô an toàn rồi.
It's alright now. You can leave this place.
No, I won't try to leave anymore. I'll never try to leave again. Don't close to me. I don't want any trouble.
No, we're not gonna do that. Please calm down. We're not bad people.
We won't be able to get through to her right now. Not with the stress response in the way. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her. Let's let the guards take care of them for now and keep pushing forward.
Avis bọn họ có lẽ đang gặp nguy hiểm.
All right. Let's search for an exit first.
Trời ơi, trông có vẻ... Con không sao rồi. Gì đấy? Xem á. Tôi đói quá, làm ơn xin hãy cho tôi chút đồ ăn. Đừng đưa mảnh giấy cho tôi muốn hại. Tôi cáo đấy sao đến cho chứ. Ôi mẹ ơi, thằng chó kia, mày phải chết con ơi. Mày sẽ bị tao đấm cho gãy mẹ răng. Ôi đừng bảo tao ác. Rồi đầu tiên là tháo này ra này. Xong rồi xoay thằng này này. Rồi tháo thiết bị ra này. Xong rồi xoay ông kia trước. Đúng không? Đấy. Ông này chắc là để nối vào là đường cuối đúng không? Rồi bây giờ mình gắn ông này lại. Rồi bây giờ mình xoay lại ông này lần nữa. Ok, là mở cửa.
The door's open. Huh. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you. Make sure to bring everyone out safe.
Understood. And please take care as well, Your Grace. We'll return here right away and await your orders.
Just focus on the tasks you've been given. I already have reliable help over here. Let's go back. We have unfinished business, do we not? That mechanism from the first room. Maybe we'll also need to hold it in place using the same device to open the door that leads to the central area. Don't forget to bring these along.
Trời ơi, ra thử một cánh cửa mới. Ok.
The wind rises.
Rồi nhá, cánh cửa này đã mở xong rồi này. Cái này là cắm vào kia đúng không? Thế thì xoay tiếp.
Too slow.
À, có thiết bị hạn chế thì cái này nhá, đang chuẩn ở này. Lắp cái này vào này.
Quit following me.
Thao tác này, xoay với thằng kia thôi. À, phải lắp cả thằng kia chứ, quên mất. Quên. Thoát thao tác này. Ồ, thế thì tôi phải xoay tất cả đấy rồi. Rồi bây giờ dính thằng này lại này. Thằng này đúng rồi này. Ông này đúng rồi này. Mình có hai cái hay là một cái ta? Mình có hai cái mà đúng không? Để xem có... nếu mà hai cái thì dễ được quá đấy. Còn một cái thì lại hơi khó. Để quay về xem lấy được không? Lấy được hay sao? Lấy được hay sao đấy? Rồi, đấy mẹ. Cái này một cái lại thấy hơi khó. Hai cái đơn giản hả? Đơn giản quá thì còn gì nữa. Bây giờ mình chỉ cần gọi là lắp vào thằng này nữa là xong này, xong rồi xoay mất thằng kia đâu. Mở cái tiếp theo. Ok. Đấy, cảm giác đi nhiều người như này nó mới an toàn chứ. Tự nhiên là cứ đi một mình thì sợ với cứt. Cơm muối. Nó đâu? Đây rồi. Vẹo gì đây?
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you who find it permissible to spit upon our rules.
Ôi.
Remember their names. Fasal and Avis. They've betrayed you, betrayed us. And today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who betray our cause. Go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores.
Đưa mũi kim trong tay ngươi vào. Con mẹ mày.
Of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again, and don't stop until you've pushed all of it in.
Thistle, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll find a way to endure.
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! When did I give you permission to speak? My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
Bố mày ngửa tay rồi đấy. Bố mày ngửa tay rồi đấy.
That's enough, Dugier.
Your
rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that His Grace?
Oh, Wriothesley. I knew you would come, but I didn't expect you to be so quick. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a slice of the cake with me when you've already got the entire fortress at your feet?
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people. Are they not starving as you wolf down your cake?
You. Stop acting all high and mighty like some hero of justice! Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent. We are all irredeemable monsters who have destroyed something that others held dear. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? It's what they've always deserved.
Tôi ngửa tay lắm rồi đấy. Ngửa lắm rồi đấy.
And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running? Is it that all you need to keep your cushy life?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new beginning. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think. And you say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared to them.
He's really mad.
You think me arrogant, Wriothesley? Well, I think you're too young and naive. You understand nothing of this world. Nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. A dumping ground of pain and misery, irredeemable now and irredeemable forever! No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is the only way to make them obey. Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control of all the garden mechs in this place. Your vision gives you strength. But how long will it hold against these powerful constructs?
Thế à? Để ta cho mày thấy.
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case, let me give you a small taste of what real power looks like.
Ai dài.
Stabilize. Let the mighty be humble. Bow your head. Order guide you. Have a safe trip.
Come on.
A moment, please.
Yep.
Come on, yeah, man. Oh, mày.
If you think fear can control everything,
Well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
Mày.
What's the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you. Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood.
Mày láo, mày láo. Quay dành rất nhiều thời gian để trò chuyện và đổi từng người, đồng thời bày tỏ sự áy náy. Sau đó anh ấy bố trí chăm sóc y tế và sắp xếp phụ hậu quả. Đây, mũi chính thức kết thúc. Ôi. Cái thằng kia là sao? Thằng kia có chết không? Không, một xem hình phạt của nó nhỉ? Để xem tiếp xem như nào.
Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
No, not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. There's no way that I could truly empathize with the fear that the members felt every day. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to repair the damage that has been done. I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress.
Nhưng vẫn cần một lời xin lỗi chính thức. Không ngờ anh giải thích nghiêm túc vậy. Nhưng cần một lời xin lỗi chính thức.
You're right. Besides formal apologies and reprimands, I also probably need to head upstairs to have a talk about how best to manage the guards.
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna deal with them yet?
Đây, lúc này mình sẽ biết nó sẽ như nào.
Oh, Dugier? I've already got an idea. For now, I think I'll do nothing.
Hả? Sao tôi giống Paimon vãi chưởng?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that will soon be coming his way.
Để hắn phải tưởng tượng mỗi ngày xem mình sẽ đối mặt với chuyện gì. Tôi nghĩ cũng vậy, mình đã tính đúng rồi, cũng công nhận, bởi vì chết luôn thì nó hơi nhanh quá, nên cho nó để gọi là trải qua nỗi khổ và nỗi đau đớn từng ngày cơ, chết dần dần cơ, thì nó mới gọi là đau đớn kinh tận cùng luôn đấy.
He'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details of his punishment. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative with my punishments. I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Mày này. Thử sử thủ đoạn gì rồi cho đích thân trải nghiệm lần. Là cho mày chết mẹ.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh. Looks like she should watch her tongue when she's around you in the future.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? You offend me, Paimon.
You offend me.
Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for all of your help. There's still a lot for me to take care of, so...
Okay,
How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria. We should have a better handle on things by then.
No, Paimon's had enough of that place.
Ôi, công nhận là cái hình phạt cũng như tôi nghĩ là nó phải trải qua tất cả những gì nó làm với tất cả những người khác. Đúng như tôi nghĩ luôn.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, then you've got yourself a deal.
Ôi, công nhận là sướng thật. Ai, nhiệm vụ hay vãi cứt, sướng vậy, thỏa mãn những gì tôi mong muốn nhỉ? 11 giờ à, đúng không? Công nhận là trong nhiệm vụ này nhà làm game lại hiểu tâm lý của người chơi đấy. Nhưng tiếc cái là tôi vẫn còn hy vọng một cái là mình sẽ được đánh nhau với nó cơ. Thì nhìn như thế cũng sướng thật đấy, nhưng mà tôi muốn tự tay tôi đánh nó vỡ mồm cơ. Nhưng không sao, thế là được rồi mọi người. Như thế là quá được rồi. Nhà ăn à? Được chuyển ra đây cho nhanh.
The wind rises.
Nào hôm nay Wriothesley sẽ mời mình cái gì ta? Đấy rồi. Ủa nhiều thế.
You're here.
Nhiều thế.
Paimon never forgets about meals. Even if the traveler forgets, Paimon will remind him for sure.
Trời, như thế tôi toàn để theo con chị đòi ấy.
That's not what Paimon meant at all. Wriothesley, you got what Paimon meant, right?
Hmm? I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too.
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be too difficult to extract the thorns.
Bác sĩ nhận định việc rút kim rỗng ruột ra khỏi đầu bệnh nhân là ôi. May quá mọi người đều an toàn. Và thằng kia sẽ phải cắm cái kim mỗi ngày 10 lần.
Which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest.
Okay.
As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more severely affected to a special observation list.
Okay.
You sure got everything taken care of, Wriothesley.
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory. Please, go ahead.
Khi cầm viên đá lên ký ức của anh khi đối mặt với đôi sự phẫn nộ đó.
Ah, that's a bit of a long story.
Ồ, nhạc tắt rồi.
I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child.
Từng có trải nghiệm tương tự hồi nhỏ trong gia đình mà tôi ở nhờ.
I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and we all adored each other. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more young children. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had reached a certain age, our parents would bring us to the market for sale.
Oh my...
All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of.
Xử lý?
Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well. I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles. Yes, like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly cruel methods to keep their grasp on power. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. Worse, perhaps they never cared about that at all. But I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Meripede.
Giờ thì mình biết là tại sao Wriothesley lại vào tù đấy. Tôi đã giết họ và thả tất cả lũ trẻ đi, sau đó bị xét xử và chính thức bước vào chân vào pháo đài Meripede. Giờ mình biết câu chuyện của Wriothesley tại sao lại xuống tù rồi. Nhưng mà cũng khá là brutal. Không biết đọc nào nhưng mà... Thì kể ra thì cũng đáng.
My methods were extreme, yes. But I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate ways would solve the problem.
17 tuổi đầu đã giết được người rồi.
My doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved.
Dẫn đến một kết cục giả báo.
It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what anyone may say about it.
Mặc dù là biết được là cái bản án của Wriothesley sẽ khá là dài bởi vì giết người mà, nhưng mà tôi cũng thấy cũng đáng. Sau câu chuyện đấy thì cũng đáng. Không sao Wriothesley ạ, tôi không nghĩ xấu với anh đâu.
The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, it's a vis and fasol. Are you two feeling better yet?
It was all because you arrived in time. I managed to escape unscathed.
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping that you'd be able to lend us a hand, Your Grace.
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help. Within reason, of course.
It's... I'd like to be wedded to Avis here at the fortress.
You're getting married?
Yeah, we met each other through the society and both fell into Dugier's trap. But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that Dugier was manipulating us, trying to make us mistrust each other. And after this incident, we've come to believe that we've found the one for the rest of our lives.
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation. He didn't abandon me, and I didn't forsake him either. But we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best place to host something so celebratory. So we are just wondering, is our request a bit too out of line?
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding before. But that's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface, just say the word.
Oh, we can't thank you enough, Your Grace. We are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion of our sentences.
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here. So now, it'd be too hard to leave. And we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm, Your Grace.
Your trust is the highest form of praise.
Hey, loosen up a bit. Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Teyvat to hear that people would like to stay of their own free will?
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation to obey.
Thế là hết nhiệm vụ rồi đúng không? Wow. Rồi kết xứng đáng, một cái kết thực sự là khiến người chơi satisfying. Thằng kia bị tra tấn chết. Giải thích câu chuyện của Wriothesley tại sao xuống ghế tù với vấn đề gì. Và giải cứu những cái người những người ở trong hội nón gì nhỉ? Hội nón nồi hay cái gì, hội mũ nồi gì đấy. Thôi, tất cả những thông tin mà từ trước giờ tôi hỏi thì cũng trong cốt truyện này cũng sẽ cũng gọi là nói hết tất cả ra rồi, nên là không có gì gọi là tò mò nữa rồi. Và hiện tại là tôi đã làm xong tất cả nhiệm vụ truyền thuyết rồi. Sắp tới có mấy cái sự kiện đồng hành các thể loại chắc tôi sẽ làm. Tôi không biết có nên quay không bởi vì nó khá là dài. Thôi để tôi xem xét nhé. Cảm ơn mọi người đã xem nhiệm vụ này. Công nhận nhiệm vụ này hay thật, rồi không gì nói cả. Kiểu dễ hiểu này, dễ có cảm xúc hay này, dễ có những cái thứ mà gọi là dễ chạm được đến lòng người chơi, hiểu không? Đấy. Nên là hẹn mọi người ở những nhiệm vụ tiếp theo, hẹn mọi người ở những video tiếp theo. Mà mọi người thấy hay thì nhớ ấn subscribe và like và share và tất cả thể loại sẽ khiến tôi có động lực làm video mỗi ngày. Cảm ơn mọi người rất nhiều. Hẹn mọi người những video tiếp theo. Bye bye.